Big crowd.
Okay, will you lead us?
Okay. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the
United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This is a meeting of the Lincoln County Commission regular session on September 6, 2018 at 3:30 p.m. Members present are Darrell Baker, County Clerk, Vicki Harless, KK Matthews, Commissioner. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes of the last regular session of the Lincoln County Commission that was held on August 2nd, 2018?
So moved.
Okay, I have a motion, I'll second that. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Okay, we have, under public comment, we don't have anybody, there's nobody signed in to speak. So, discussion of concerns and possible action. Rick McDowell, you are first.
Thank you. I haven't formally been before you folks in a while, so I thought I'd update you on all the facts of things. No septic stuff. So, one of the things we've been doing, this is our 8th year now. Slide out.
Yeah, we started.
Is this end of the school year environmental field trips that we do. It just depends on the school calendar, how many snow days they have, how many makeup days they have. In the years when they have a lot, we get to do a lot of these things. In the years when they don't have too many, we don't do as many. What you see on that first page is this year's activities that we did. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We had 7 days when we brought school groups in. And what the way it works is in the morning, we rotate them through activities. It could be ecology or archery or group games or nutrition, air pistols. It just depends on what staff members we bring in. So anyhow, this is just sort of a basic kind of thing. We had 337 people this year, and we spent $1,156. Yeah, it's a real good program. In fact, this year for the first time, we're going to do something in the fall. We're going to do something on the 20th, September 20th. I think it's going to be warm enough to go swimming. That's the plan. And we'll do the afternoon stuff. Will be the same: swimming, canoeing, and kayaking.
What school is
The one we're doing on the 20th is Ranger.
Okay.
And we'll have 4th and 5th grade. Yeah. The hope's always been that the Lincoln County Board of Education would pick this thing up. And they would assign some board administrator the duty of having to run this through. It hasn't happened yet. I'm still trying to get folks to do it. I think I'll just have to drop over dead before they'll. It's crazy. But it'd be a great, it's centrally located. It'd be a great place to do outdoor education for the school system for all sorts of grades. There's all sorts of stuff going on. I've never done a fall one before. It'll be interesting to see what the ecology stuff is that I can dig out of the lake in the fall. But it's real good. I think it's real educational. It meets lots of CSOs for the counties, and it dovetails in. It's on my notes. Any questions?
Can I have a phone?
Sure. 304 824 5547. Okay, I want to talk about Free Wednesdays. It's another thing we're going out there late.
Sure.
So this is also our 8th year of doing this. The top part breaks it down by the people we paid, how much we paid them, and it also shows you the attendance. So this year's attendance was 294. Last year's attendance was 678. So we dropped off considerably. I don't know why, to be real honest. I don't know what happened. We started off pretty strong. One of the things we did is Alex, who was the lifeguard, I got him to come to town twice the day before on a Tuesday and go around to Stone's apartment and the Stone's trailer court and the Barber apartments, knocking on doors and handing out flyers and encouraging people to come. So I don't know. I'm not sure what, I don't know what the driver was. You know.
Me neither, because I thought on social media especially, there was a big
There's a lot of
jump
buzz
in,
on
but
it.
maybe they just went once and, I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
The good thing, I mean, you know, we want a lot of people because it's a lot of fun. But when those last 2 weeks where we didn't have very many people, we got to do a lot more individual stuff. So we helped kids learn how to swim, we helped kids who didn't know how to dive, learn to dive. One day we got everybody who wanted to in tight life jackets and we swam across the lake. You know, so it was, we did some things that we couldn't, I would never have taken 63 kids with me across the lake. No. But it was okay to do it with 14. Well, they all 14 didn't go.
Right.
Because you could do crowd control. So I don't know. I'm not sure what the answer is. I think it's still a good program.
Right.
We're still able to afford it. I mean, you know, it costs less this year than it's cost before, but there are fewer people.
Did they run the bus from Rivers, or do you think that's a part of?
Well, you know, they did run it some. They forgot the first day. Okay, so there was no bus, and that was before that first session. That was one of the times that Alex had knocked on doors. So you wonder, okay, I go out and I wait for the bus and it doesn't come. Am I going to get up and try again, or am I just going to say those guys were lying to me? On the 4th, they didn't do any bus service any place. We didn't know that was going to happen. They hadn't told us. So I don't know. I don't think we can blame them entirely on Private River Transit. And they didn't charge us anything this year. I think they felt bad about some of the messes. Well, we're gonna keep doing it. The other thing that's happening with the camp is that we are in the process of taking applications for caretakers. John and Holly have almost finished their new house. They're gonna move, so we need some caretakers. So the applications, we've run ads in the paper for 2 weeks. The applications are due by 4 p.m. Friday, and we'll interview the following Wednesday. And then the committee will make some kind of recommendations, and what I will do is I'll bring you their recommendations at the October 4th, you guys meet? At 6
October
o'clock
4th.
on the 4th. Hopefully we'll have a recommendation for you.
Have you got applicants so far?
At this point, I've got 2, and there's another who says that they're
Interesting.
interested. So hopefully, of those people, we'll have some good people. You know, if we don't, I think the committee will re-advertise. And we feel it's too important not to. Okay, one more thing, and then I'll let you get on to other stuff. Farmland protection. You'll remember that we finally purchased an easement. So we are gonna have a celebration. Thank you. This hasn't happened before, could happen again, but, so we're doing something the 14th. It'll be at Glenn's Farm, which is down Lower Mud, 2 miles, maybe, not too far. We've got a batch of speakers, including the president of the county commission. Dr. Smith, Lawrence Smith will talk a little bit. We've got Joe Hatton, who's the Deputy Commissioner of Agriculture is coming. Charles Wilfong, who's the President of the Farm Bureau. Matt Oliver, who's the USDA NRCS easement specialist. And Glenn Sticklers, I'm going to say it with your word. So, Bill Stewart, who's the chair of the Guyan Valley Conservation District, is going to provide the refreshments, and we've got FSA, not FSA, FFA, students going to be there to help us, and the nonviolent offenders are putting up a tent. So hopefully it'll be good, be a good little celebration. We're hoping we'll have maybe 50 people there or something like that. And we'll have, we have these circular signs that say County Farmland Protection, this land is protected forever. So we'll have 2 of those that will sort of be unveiled. We need to, well, Larry Stutler is retiring in December, and somebody from the EDA is required to be on the Farmland Protection Board. So I'm not sure exactly who his replacement will be. I'm assuming he'll make sure the board replaces somebody. I'm going to be leaving in December too. So we don't have to do anything about Larry's position. Somebody will automatically come in and fill that. But we need to, or you guys need to run an ad to get somebody to be willing to be on it, to be an IMA, public at large position.
You are still the chair.
I am still the chair. And what the board decided to do, because Larry was leaving in December and I was leaving in December, they're going to elect new officers in January rather than doing it in July and then have to go through all the check signatory kind of
Because
stuff.
Larry's the secretary, correct?
He's the secretary, right. He doesn't sign checks, but he's the secretary. And the hope is that right now, the EDA office is the official repository for all this stuff. So all the records and, all of those things are housed in his office. So the hope is that they will continue being housed there.
All right.
So if we could, no, I don't know whether that means.
So we have to put that on the agenda for the October advertise. We have to get in contact with the EDA.
Got it.
All right.
Thank you.
Sure. You're welcome.
Thanks, Rick.
Any questions?
Okay, the next thing on the agenda is the Solid Waste Authority's request to pay for 2 members to attend the 2018 West Virginia Education Conference on Litter Control and Solid Waste Management, which is going to be October 28th through 30th. And the total that they requested was $930. Their request is attached. I'll put it on here. KK, I don't know.
I think it's a good idea, so move.
Okay, I'll second that. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Okay, the next item on the agenda is appointment for the Hearts Community Center Board. At the last meeting, someone had contacted me about being interested in, well, they knew some people that wanted to apply. I don't think we got their application, but we did get 3 applications. Bill Bryant, Charles Brumfield, and Randy Maynard. I think we still have
2 more
2
vacancies.
more.
Is it 5? What's that?
2 more vacancies.
Well, let me see, there was 10.
There's 10, and there was. Did someone just walk us?
There was 10 and there was 3
Three.
people thought, but I think there was really 4.
The Bill
Maybe one
Atkins,
was
the 5? Bill Atkins? No, the 3 that's on there's only 3 that we.
I heard it was him, that's
Yeah.
why I was asking.
Bill Bryant, Charles Brumfield.
We
and
have
Randy
3
Maynard.
openings.
So there's 3
There's
more
3 people apply.
Right.
I move that we appoint Bill Bryant, Charles Brumfield, and Randy May.
Okay, I'll second that. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
And we also, we have a couple more, right? Let's get this.
Yeah, how many more
and we'll
openings?
keep-
Let's see, there's 10, and we had 3 on there.
Actually, I think there was 4
4
because
plus
Jeremy
Calvin.
Browning was.
I think it was Calvin Dalton.
inactive or something. He's working out of town maybe. So I think there was 4 on there. So we put 3, we've got 3 more.
Right,
3 more.
3 more positions.
3 more positions. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess we'll just keep, Mary, if anybody brings any applications in between now and the next meeting,
Just,
we'll just,
okay.
yeah. Okay, the next thing is to appoint 3 board members to the expiring term of the Lincoln EDA. We have Rick Helton, Zach Maynard, and Josh Stowers to be reappointed. Do I have a motion to appoint those 3?
So moved.
Okay, I'll second that. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Okay, that's all we have under discussion and action. The next thing on the agenda is unfinished business. We have a couple things that we talked about the last meeting. The first thing was the Hamlin Volunteer Fire Department truck payment. At the last meeting, we had the invoice. Doc asked me to talk to the prosecutor's office about paying this, so I talked to both prosecutor and assistant prosecutor, and they both advised me that we should pay this out of the money that we are holding for them, and we will pay it directly to City National. Mary called City National, and they were willing to hold off till tomorrow to get their money. So, you know, that's what I was advised to go ahead and pay it, so we didn't lose the fire truck and the equity in it. We still don't have the audits that we needed to release the money, so we're waiting on that. So,
I spoke with Jim Oldacre about it. That's what he said. Said pay it directly to.
okay.
So I move that we pay for the truck payment directly to the bank.
We got a copy of that deal.
Yes, we do.
No, well,
Oh, yeah, we
yeah,
had it from the
I'll
last
get it,
meeting.
yeah.
Well, the amount and the bill,
I know the amount, yeah.
the bank.
So I made the motion.
Okay, we have a motion to go ahead and pay, the truck payment to City National out of the levy money for the Hamlin Volunteer Fire Department. We have a motion on the floor, I'll second that, so all in favor, aye.
Aye.
And
So-
how often is that payment?
Quarterly.
It's quarter
And
payment,
how much is it?
$13,350. But their quarterly payment is actually $14,126.99.
So when will this come due again? December?
This was for June.
June, this was the beginning.
This was for
So this
June.
payment was due in June?
June 29th, 2018 is when the payment was due,
So isn't there another one due like right away?
Right now.
probably.
Alright, we'll see you back here in October, I guess.
That's right.
They brought us the invoice,
For June.
a day or two for the last meeting, right, Mary?
Mm-hmm.
And, in time to get it put on the agenda, so we put it on there,
Yeah.
and it was due in June, but we spoke to the bank, and they understand what's going on, and said they could wait till tomorrow to get the money, so.
Yeah.
For June.
Yeah.
June 29th.
What about the audits? Are they gonna have to have them done before the next payment?
Well,
Well,
we have to have the audits before we can release the
Well,
money,
right,
so
right.
I don't know. I
so
guess
we're not releasing money to them. That's
Right,
why we're
right, I
paying
know.
directly
I
to the
understand.
bank. So they don't lose a fire truck.
I understand.
And,
I mean, I guess we'll see if they get
I
that.
think the audits, I think that stuff has been moving along.
Should be. Yep.
All
Okay.
right.
All right, the next thing on the agenda is the annex that, the Department of Education was wanting to contacted us about renting a couple rooms over to the annex. Right now, we still don't have a contract back from them, so I guess we'll just have to table that.
Uh-huh.
I got an update there.
Oh,
Okay,
The price that was given to them, that has to go through the state. That has to be sent to, like a real estate division that says it's okay to pay that amount of money for this particular property in this area, if that makes sense. The only reason I know that is because I work for them. So, that's where that's at. I think as soon as that comes back, if it comes back bad, they say, hey, listen, we're not gonna pay this much money, then, you know, you all can negotiate from there. If it comes back good, then I think that it's just signing a MOU.
Okay,
So,
all right, well, we'll, put that on the next agenda, or just keep it in unfinished business, and we'll hopefully know something by then. Under new business, there was a couple of things, I don't know if you had a chance to look over it, okay?
I
But
did.
there was one thing to approve to hire a part-time dispatcher for the 911, and we didn't have the name to put in there, but we do now know Donald Hurley.
I just got it today.
Yeah.
Just got
That's
today.
Sunday.
So make note of that, and also, the sheriff gave us a request to hire for his tax deputy position. He gave us a name, no date that he wants to start, so typically we let him start the beginning of the next pay period. So when would that be, Mary?
It'd really be 9/16, but that's a Sunday, so technically you won't be able to work till 17, but still it's 9/16 is the beginning of the pay
Okay.
day. Pay
He
period.
didn't request a certain date, so we'll say the start of the new pay period so we can keep it straight.
Right.
So you can tell him that, and I think that's the only thing on the new business, okay?
I move that we approve new business.
Okay, I will second that, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Okay, under open discussion, there's a couple things I wanted to mention before we adjourn. We didn't put it on here to do, but we've got a lot of cars out here, old cars, some of them don't even run, I don't think, in the parking lot that we need to probably auction off. But I want to talk to you about it first, KK.
Uh-huh.
So I will have, if you don't have any objections, have Mary get a list of what all we need to try to auction off. We'll put it on the next agenda to have the auction, then we'll have to advertise and all that. So it'll probably be November before we can get around to it.
Sounds good.
And also I wanted to ask you, KK, if you had heard anything about the cell tower updates or ribbon cutting, or have you?
No ribbon cutting right now. I think what we're doing is, we have what has been given to me from T-Mobile is that, you know, they're not saying that this tower's gonna be on October 23rd, they're saying fourth quarter. You understand what I'm saying? I think that they've had some problems with, like some companies with providing fiber optics. And I think that they've got that resolved from the last time I think I spoke with Alan about this. But from all indication, everything is moving. I think they've actually, if I'm right, there's equipment on the tower at Yawkey.
I've got pictures of the site's been completely installed at Yawkey. However, there was no one that could bring them fiber optics to the tower site that they needed in order to link it to the network.
So,
They are re-engineering,
yeah,
and on your agenda, you've got the two contracts that I'm asking that you and I okay to be signed. That is for a microwave dish at the Salt Rock Tower that will go from Salt Rock to Hamlin to Yawkey, and one from Salt Rock to West Hamlin to light up a bunch of towers in this area. So it's dependent upon the fast track of getting those contracts signed, and Mary stepped up to the plate and got their business. They said it was the easiest business or the easiest building permit they'd ever gotten. And if we get those contracts hopefully back from Mr. Flora, he's reviewing those for us. He had a few changes that he suggested. I met with the cellular company yesterday, and we hashed out the differences. I conceded on a few issues. They conceded on most of the issues, and they're back in Mr. Flora's hands for the final revision. I hope I will have those first part of next week, but they have already ordered the equipment for the microwave dish, the microwave stuff. But when they get that microwave hot, they're having to bring it in through Wayne County to Salt Rock, and then through that tower to the rest of the county. It will light up about 5 T-Mobile towers in the area all at once. They're telling me about 60 days maybe, more realistic. is what
Sounds
we're
good.
looking at. I've also had conversation today with AT&T about a site in the Mid-Calf area of the county. We've provided them with some technical data for that. They're looking at a site in that area, and that's my understanding that a contract has been signed with the tower company for a piece of property up on Heartland Hall Road. So they, the agreement's been signed.
Hey, when one comes, they'll all come.
AT&T.
That's how it works.
No, I think it's.
It is a tower company that builds towers and then sells it to whoever wants it. So it could have multiple carriers.
Great. Because nobody has T-Mobile.
Not yet.
Well,
Not where we live.
well, I mean, it's coming.
Well, I've got a T-Mobile phone in my pocket, and it works in areas. It works in downtown Yawkey now, in certain areas. Have you got T-Mobile
Damn.
service?
Down.
Deep downtown Rocky.
Do you have
I'd like
service
to
at
know
your
where that
house?
is.
Yes.
They're off.
Yeah, this
How's
Samerica,
that? What if the tower hasn't been? How are you?
the one at Samerica's on. T-Mobile's the only company that
We'll
has
switch
a
phone
tower at Samerica that's on the air,
You
and it's working.
Does it come off of a tower in Charleston or?
It's
something else?
fiber optic to
It's nowhere
Samerica,
else.
and then
Right,
it's
I mean,
linked in
it's
back
nowhere
over
else.
Charleston. And then they've got 2 sites already on the air in Allen Creek, and
All the way down 119 towards Madison.
once we get this thing with the agreement that we're working on now done, it'll light up Salt Rock, it'll light up 2 in West Hamlin, 1 in Hamlin, and light up Yawkey. And they'll all come on relatively quick.
So I mean, you'll have nonstop coverage from Allen Creek all the way through probably to what? Branchland?
Well, it's-
Probably past Branchland.
I would think so.
Where's T-Mobile store? Is it on in Huntington or where do you get it to?
Well, I'll tell you, what you can do is you can buy, this is what we've been doing.
Mine come from Johnson City, Tennessee.
You can call T-Mobile, they can send you a SIM card. You have to change your SIM card out, and you could set up a plan with them, or you can get a SIM card at Best Buy. That's what we've been doing. SIM card and a package. You know what I'm saying? Like pay as you go or whatever. You could do that.
I personally asked T-Mobile that question myself, and I also asked them how much it would cost for me to open up a store. Personally, because I honestly believe that that's the direction that the technology is going. And they said they were not going to concentrate on marketing the phones in West Virginia until their network was further developed and they had much more seamless coverage. But if you want to be aggressive, you can go anytime you're out of state. And I know you travel to the beach. There's a half a dozen places between here and Myrtle Beach that you can walk in and buy a T-Mobile phone. But make sure you get one that has all of the new band plans. So all of the new frequencies that they're putting in this area aren't going to be available if you go buy a $99 phone. You have to buy some of the better phones to get the new 600 meg stuff. And if you get ready to go buy one, call me. I'll tell you what you can get, what you can't get.
I mean, I don't know much about it, but can your phone, like I have this phone, could you just switch out the card? Is that what
Yeah,
you're
you can
saying?
switch out to SIM card.
It will work on the basic T-Mobile service, but the 600 meg stuff, the 600 meg stuff that's going to be predominant in this part of the country will not work on the old iPhones other than like an iPhone 10. And this is the only model of Samsung phone that'll do the 600 meg stuff. So as the new phones come out with the new frequencies, then they will. But it's a new frequency that's never been in the phones before.
New technology, baby. Lincoln County.
But I carry it
He's got no care. He's got cell phone service for us.
everywhere that I've got service with this phone, and I compare my AT&T phone for it, I've got double the service.
Okay, KK, you got anything else?
Hey, I'm ready.
Okay, okay, if nothing else, do I have a motion to adjourn to the October 4th, 2018
So
meeting
moved.
at 6 p.m. this
Yep.
time? Okay, I have a motion and I'll second, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned till the 4th of October.
Thank you.
You're welcome.